In Brazil, we had a breakout of prisoners, and boy, were they ever busted out, as you're about to see. Now, we pick it up here from CNN, where they explain what happened in this little town of Mato Grosso. Two women dressed in skimpy, sexy police officer costumes allegedly show up at a prison in Brazil's interior Mato Grosso state on Thursday. Okay, now, that's where I would have stopped right there. I mean, two women in incredibly skimpy outfits just showed up in a prison. I wonder why. Now, I might not necessarily know the exact details of what they're up to, but I'm not sure that if I'm the guards at that prison, I go, come on in, have a run of the place, let's have some fun. I might be a little skeptical as to why they showed up. Well, apparently they weren't. And this happened next. The women talked guards into letting them inside, in a matter of speaking, and seduced them, spiking their drinks in the process. Men the world over are idiots. Oh, here we go. Cue the men's rights guys. You beta males! Men are awesome! Women suck! Okay, all right, just calm down for a second. Okay, I mean that, hey, from time to time we're known to be led by our other head and perhaps not use logic as well as we should. The guards were found the next morning, naked and handcuffed with little recollection of the night before. Now, they pieced this together partly because of a picture that was left behind. Or it's not really a picture that was left behind. They pictured of what they took of what was left behind. So they come in, they see the idiots handcuffed and naked on the floor, and then they see this on the floor, and they take a picture of it, the investigators do, to try to piece together what happened. Now, to be fair, the guys who were seduced might have been worth it. Now, we don't know, of course, what happened between the spiking of the drinks and the unclothing of the ladies. So I hope they got their money's worth. Anyway, 26 prisoners escaped, which is unfortunate, of course. 11 of them have already been rounded up. They probably also got caught having sex, but we don't know that. And what's interesting is not only the guards, but the director of the prison is also being investigated. Now, why is he being investigated? They explain here. Even though the director was not involved in the encounter and subsequent escape, he was asleep on the premises when it occurred. Oops. By the way, no one got more screwed than he did. Not only does he not get to have sex with a presumably hot Brazilian fake cops, but he also gets busted for it. Oh, disaster on top of disaster. And then here's my favorite. It's from the Justice Secretariat in the area, William Fidelis. He says, nothing like this has ever happened. Nova Mutum is a small city. People haven't talked about anything else since it happened. To which I say, of course! Yes, when's the last time hot women came in skimpy outfits, had sex with all the guards, knocked their asses out, and did a prison break? Yeah, I imagine that doesn't happen very often. Okay, they'll be on the lookout for it now, though. As George Bush used to say, they got to say it in Texas, maybe in Brazil, too. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. Although if you ask the guards, there's some chance they'd do it again. It depends. We don't have a picture of the women. Am I a bad guy? Is that a wrong thing to say? It also depends on the crimes of the prisoners. I mean, come on. They're in there for smoking a little pot. You know what I'm saying? You beta male. I don't know. Everything's a beta male. Okay, for those of you unfamiliar with the men's rights people, you're totally confounded. I'm just having fun. No big deal.